right, so there's always a few graphics that we want to add to our stories. One is the name, because we don't tend to have people introduce themselves because it's kind of awkward. So we do want people to know their name, though. So for Lee's story, we put Lee's story. People know his name. And then sometimes we have a scripture at the end that we just want to, kind of drive home the moral of the story. We'll put a scripture at the end. So here's what I did. I made a few templates that you guys can download and use. You can open them up in Photoshop, change the name out, change the scripture out. You don't have to worry about the design, and they're there for you to use. You should have access to all the fonts through Adobe Creative Cloud. Just sync them up with that, and you're all good to go. So here's a couple things to consider, though. Depending on the size of your room, let's say you're using a TV. That's how you're showing your story. It's like a TV that you have in your auditorium, or you're using a big projector in your auditorium. Can you read the name? Can you read the scripture? Is it going to be large enough for people to see it in the back of the room? So consider that. Another thing I like to do is add a subtle motion to them as well. I just would scale it up. Like, you bring the Photoshop file in, throw it in there, and go to the Effects tab and hit the motion button. Add a small scale up, like start at 100% and go to 115. The thing you want to watch out for, you don't want it to be so subtle that people will question, is that moving? You just want people to see it and know, yeah, it's moving. It's not going to be a conscious decision that everybody's asking that, but if I can tell that it's moving fast enough. So you don't want it to go crazy fast or crazy slow to where it's like you can't even tell it's moving. So if you don't have to ask yourself, is that moving? I can't tell. Then it's good. It's moving fast enough. Download those templates, use them, tweak them, do whatever you need to do with them. But hopefully, if you're not a designer, these will help you out.